Hello.
Ciao.
So today is October 5th, 2010, and it's about 4:30 our time, which is about 3:30 your time if you're on the East Coast. We got married this morning, so that was cool, you know, yeah.
Rings, yes.
Yeah. We'll get you some pictures at some point. But yeah, let's back up to when we left, which was, what, Sunday night?
Sunday night?
Sunday night.
7 o'clock.
Yeah. We left Florida and we had about a 2-hour flight to Charlotte. Then we had about an hour and a half layover, and then we flew another ridiculous amount of hours to Rio.
About 9.5 hours to Rio.
Yes.
As soon as we left Charlotte and got into that plane, we lost communication with everybody.
And here we are.
Here we are.
So we landed in Rio about 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday, 9:30. We went through customs, we got our baggage, we waited forever for it. But what was really cool was there was a driver waiting for us with the sign with our name, and if it hadn't happened so fast, we would have taken a picture because it was really neat. But
no chance. As
yeah.
soon as we came out of customs, the exit was right there and he was waiting for us.
And he didn't slow down from there. He picked us up, we ran to the car, threw the stuff in the car, and then drove faster than I think we've ever driven in a car. And a lot crazier.
Crazy.
Very crazy. Glad we didn't rent a car and try and drive there. That wouldn't have worked.
Because we found out that he's not the only one that drives like that here.
Yeah, everyone drives crazy. They drive on the American side of the road though, so that's convenient. Yeah. So, we got here in the morning. It felt like night, but it was morning. And we were told by the hosts not to exchange money at the airport because it was a very high exchange rate. So we thought they had like a bank in mind or had money here to exchange, but apparently that wasn't the case. So we went to a local bank and we tried to exchange money and the card was rejected. So then we tried a credit card and that was rejected. And we found out that the banks in Brazil are on strike and have been on strike for 4 days or so.
Yep.
So that would have been convenient to let us know beforehand. But we didn't know. So our card was rejected, so we went to a bank like 2 blocks down.
2 blocks down, another bank.
Another bank.
Same thing.
Same thing, cards were rejected. And we stopped maybe every 2 blocks at any type of bank exchange, anything. We had maybe like 30 American dollars with us.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
30 American dollars, no
Brazilian
money at all.
Which is AIAs.
AIAs, yes.
And we spent about 2 or 3 hours walking around Rio with no money, trying to get money, and being rejected from every place that we went into. We finally found a bank, Citibank. It's American. They told us they would exchange it if we had our passports, so we came back to the place to get our passports.
And ran back there.
And ran back there with not a lot of time left before they closed.
And we found out that although they did need the passport to exchange money, they would only exchange U.S. dollars to Brazilian money. We couldn't actually use the cards to exchange that money.
Right.
So that really didn't help us too much. But we did change our U.S. dollars over at that point just to make sure we could buy some food for the night.
Yeah, because we hadn't eaten in a really long time either. They gave us breakfast on the plane, but that was like 6 o'clock in the morning and not very big.
So we ran back. We came back to the bed and breakfast, and Michelle got on the phone with her bank to try and figure out why none of the banks were accepting our ATM cards down here.
But not only did I get on the phone, we hooked something up with Verizon where we were supposed to have phone data service, and our phones do not seem to be working. We haven't remedied that yet.
Because we also don't have internet access here.
Right.
There's a problem with the wireless at this particular location, which is why you guys have not heard from us.
Right. So you'll get this, probably when we get back, or hopefully sometime in the next couple of days. But that's why we've disappeared off the planet.
But we are good.
Yeah.
We are married.
We are married.
And we do have Brazilian money now because after a 15-minute conversation on the phone with Wachovia, Michelle stressed to the lady that we had about 20 minutes left to get back to get money because we were stranded in Rio.
It's a 15-minute walk.
Yes. And apparently that worked. The lady fixed both of our cards. Apparently the first bank we went to said that we took out the money when it never actually distributed the money, which caused all of the problems after that because it had reached our daily limits.
So yeah, the bank thought we withdrew money. We didn't have any money. That was the issue. So we were able to exchange it. But I forgot, before we had the bank fiasco, we did look at 2 locations for a wedding site. Because we didn't know, we knew approximately where we were getting married, but we didn't have an actual site picked out. So we picked a place called Arpoador Rock.
Yes.
Which is right in between Ipanema and Copacabana. If you look in one direction, you have Copacabana Beach. If you look in the other direction, you have Ipanema.
And you access the rock from the northern tip of Ipanema Beach.
Right. So we picked that spot, and then we had the bank fiasco. And then we finally got our money about 2 minutes before the bank closed.
Which is 4 o'clock.
Here time. Our time. Your time. And we were so exhausted and so hungry that we just stopped at a local coffee shop. Got the tiniest coffee I've ever seen. You order coffee and it was like
it looked like a shot of espresso.
Yeah, it was good though. And we got these empanada type things that aren't called empanadas.
Mine was stuffed with chicken and a potato-like substance. My fingers are crossed that it was really potato in there.
And mine was something resembling eggplant, but it was vegetarian, that's all I know. So that was pretty good. And then we came back, took a shower, and collapsed. So then we woke up this morning at a very early hour.
Yeah.
It was 5 a.m. Eastern time, so 6 a.m. here. And got ready to get married. And
apparently the breakfast comes first. So we sat and had a local breakfast before the wedding.
Yes, she made us a very nice breakfast. We're staying at a bed and breakfast guest house. So it's a local host. She actually lives in a wing of the apartment. So she made us a beautiful breakfast. It was fruit and bread, but fresh fruit. And bread and some meats, which we're not quite sure about.
They looked like ham and bologna, but they tasted like something else.
and some eggs.
The scrambled eggs were good. The fruits were very good.
Fresh
squeezed orange juice was great, and the coffee was good.
Yes. So we ate that. Then the photographers came.
Well, we had about 20 minutes to get dressed for the photographers.
Yeah.
We were pretty sure I would make a mess of myself if I got dressed before breakfast.
Yeah, we thought he was going to spill on himself, so we got dressed after. Had breakfast in pajamas. And the photographer and videographer came, and we took a walk over to the
location.
The rock, yeah. So you kind of have to hike up and around the rock, and then there's several different lookout areas. So
Michelle was in heels climbing rocks this morning.
Which I did a much better job of than walking down the street in heels. So, yeah, what are you going to do? So we went to one section of the rock and did our vows, which Enia led.
Yes. Officiated.
And we did the vows, we exchanged the rings, and then we walked over to another section.
Multiple locations to take many photos. Probably the best part was the the professionalism from the cameraman, from the photographer. He
Yeah.
took many shots, so we're pretty confident we're going to get some good photos out of it.
Yes, we hope so. So we go tomorrow to discuss photographs
Yes,
and
to
video.
choose the photos.
To
and the
choose
video.
which ones.
So we came back and we cut the wonderful cake that Inya's sister made for us.
Yes, that was amazing.
It was some kind of, it was a nut cake, nut based. I don't know if it was walnut or.
It was walnut.
I'm pretty sure it was a walnut based cake, but it was terrific.
It was absolutely, and I don't even like nuts, and it was delicious.
So
So she did a great job on that. I guess she makes wedding cakes on the side, and she did an amazing job. So we had that.
with our coffee toast.
We had a coffee toast. That was fun.
Yeah.
And what else?
That was pretty much it.
That's- yeah.
Just some more photos of that and the cake.
Yes. Oh yeah, we picked up a bouquet yesterday too, which was an interesting translation experience. But we have a little translation book. It just doesn't have all the words that we need. So, I mean, I know it's only the second day, but we're getting better with some basic Portuguese words.
Yes. Not phrases yet, but words.
Just
yeah.
words.
Working on phrases, and maybe by the time we come home, we'll have a sentence or two.
Yes. What else? So we got married. We came back, did the photographs, did the cake, changed, and went to Sugarloaf Mountain. We actually had a long walk on the beach before that.
We walked about 3/4 of the way down along
Copacabana.
Copacabana, and then decided to take a taxi the rest of the way.
Because we couldn't actually get to Sugarloaf without cutting across. So that was a very, very nice walk. You'll see pictures.
Yeah.
And Sugarloaf Mountain is kind of this double mountain where you take a cable car up. So
2 cable car rides. You take a cable car from ground level up to the one rock, and then there's a base there where a lot of views. It's where you'll find the pictures of the local monkey or whatever.
There was an awesome.
There was an awesome little creature hanging out that we've got pictures of. We ate. We actually had milkshakes there, and from there you take the second cable car up to the top peak.
Yeah. It's very, very high up. Not quite as high as Corcovado, but you'll see what we're talking about. It was high. Beautiful views and really, really windy. I was literally
Moving around.
Yeah, I couldn't stand there, hold the camera, and stay still because the wind was so strong. But we did have a beautiful day for the wedding. I mean, we were afraid it was going to rain because it's been raining for a couple days, and it was beautiful. It was pretty windy, but absolutely, the weather was terrific. It was warm, it was breezy, and it was sunny. So. Okay, so that's where we are.
That's where we are now. Sorry for the length of this video, but we wanted to get you guys caught up with everything that's gone on. And we'll try and make sure that our next segments are a little shorter.
All right. Yep. All right. Ciao.